Who's like holding the party? Because if I don't know who's holding the party and I'm not really going with anybody, or if I'm going with just one person, I'm not going to feel as safe.
After multiple shootings over the last few weeks, it's not just adults concerned with pop-up parties. Now youth are speaking up about the dangers of them too. Yesterday, an event called Safe Spaces offered a platform for teens and community members to talk openly about the recent violence stemming from what police are calling pop-up parties. WCIA 3's Will Simmons has the story.
Over the past 3 weeks, 2 teens have been killed and 7 others hurt in Champaign shootings. 2 of those happened in parking lots, what police call pop-up parties.
2 deaths is way too many. Any death is way too many, especially at the expense of just wanting to have a good time and go out and be a youth.
Bonio Karoma is a mentor for youth in Champaign County and dedicates his time to anti-violence boot camps. After the recent violence, he was even more motivated to host a discussion about the risks of impromptu events like we've seen.
At least if you go to a club or a bar, there's security at the door to check, make sure no one has weapons on them. But when what we're trying to let the youth know is that you have to be very aware and cautious of when you go to an environment where there's no safety measures.
John Smith, a senior at Centennial, agrees.
The main problem with a pop-up party is that there is no structure to the party.
He was one of many teenagers at WRFU's studio in Urbana, where the open discussion was broadcast live on the radio.
I'm mainly just here to talk about that, give my own view of what I would do in a situation like that, or just certain things to look out for.
Smith says he's all for having a good time, but there are too many variables that could lead to violence at pop-ups.
It's so sudden that anybody can go, and opening up to everybody gives it a more dangerous type of situation.
With an abundance of guns in our community and a lot of people that have arguments and are easy to use them, you know, a pop-up party is not a safe place at all for anyone, especially the youth.
Karoma says being smart about the places you hang out and letting people know where you're going are just a couple of ways to stay safe.
We have to start holding ourselves accountable and recognizing that, you know, the problem, it starts with us, and the solution also starts with us as well.
In Urbana, Will Simmons, WCIA 3, your local news leader.